This is a retelling of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets for learners of English at B1 level. The story is written in clear, natural English with more details and dialogue. The sentences are longer and the vocabulary is richer, but still easy to follow. You can read and listen to the story while improving your vocabulary, grammar, and listening skills. This is not a lesson, but a story you can enjoy while practicing English. Get comfortable, follow the mystery, and return to Hogwarts with Harry Potter. Harry spends the summer holidays at the Dursleys' house once again, and nothing has changed for the better. The house feels quiet, heavy, and unfriendly, just like before. The Dursleys pretend that Hogwarts, magic, and the wizarding world do not exist at all. Uncle Vernon makes the rules very clear. "You will not talk about magic in this house," he says angrily. "You will behave like a normal boy." Harry stays in his small room for most of the day. He lies on his bed and thinks about Hogwarts. He thinks about Ron and Hermione. He misses them more than he can explain. Harry waits for letters every morning. He listens for footsteps near his door. But no letters arrive. Days pass, and the silence feels painful. "They forgot me," Harry thinks sadly. He feels lonely and unwanted. One warm evening, Harry is sitting on his bed, staring at the wall. Suddenly, he hears a strange sound in the room. It sounds like a small pop, as if something appears out of thin air. Harry sits up quickly. A tiny creature now stands in front of him. The creature has very large green eyes and long, thin ears. He is small, thin, and wears old clothes that look like a dirty pillowcase. He bows deeply. "I am Dobby," the creature says in a high voice. "Dobby is a house elf." Harry stares at him in shock. "I've never seen anything like you," Harry says carefully. "Are you real?" Dobby nods quickly. "Yes, sir, Dobby is real." Dobby looks around the room nervously, as if he is afraid someone might hear him. He wrings his hands and cannot stand still. Dobby explains that he has come to warn Harry. His voice shakes as he speaks. "Something terrible is going to happen at Hogwarts this year," Dobby says. "The school will not be safe." Harry feels a cold feeling in his stomach. "What do you mean?" Harry asks. "Who is in danger?" Dobby lowers his head. "Dobby cannot say," he whispers, "but Harry Potter must not return to Hogwarts." "Please," Dobby continues, "please promise you will stay here. Please promise you will not go back." Harry stands up. He feels angry and confused. "I can't do that," Harry says firmly. "Hogwarts is my home. It is the only place where I belong." Dobby begins to cry loudly. He hits himself on the head and pulls his ears. "Bad Dobby," he says. "Bad Dobby for speaking." "Stop it," Harry shouts. "Don't hurt yourself." Suddenly, the door opens. Aunt Petunia stands in the doorway. "What is that noise?" she asks sharply. Dobby looks terrified. He disappears at once with a loud crack. The Dursleys rush into the room. They are furious. Uncle Vernon shouts and points at Harry. "You are dangerous," he says. "You bring trouble into this house." That night, the Dursleys lock Harry in his room. They put bars on the window. They give him very little food. Harry sits on his bed and looks out through the bars. He feels trapped and helpless. But inside, he still thinks about Hogwarts. "I will go back," Harry whispers, "no matter what." Harry stays locked in his small bedroom at the Dursleys' house for many days. The bars on the window make him feel like a prisoner. He feels angry, hungry, and extremely lonely. Days pass very slowly. Harry counts the hours and listens to the sounds of the house. No one comes to help him. No one speaks to him kindly. One night, when the house is quiet, Harry hears a strange noise outside his window. It sounds like an engine. He sits up and looks carefully. Harry cannot believe his eyes. A blue flying car is floating outside his window. Ron Weasley is inside the car. Fred and George Weasley are sitting next to him. They are smiling nervously. "Harry, come on," Ron whispers loudly. "We are here to get you out." Harry feels hope for the first time in weeks. "But the bars," Harry says. "I can't get out." "Don't worry," Fred says. "We've got it." Fred and George pull hard on the bars.
The bars bend and break. Harry quickly packs his things in Hedwig's cage. A moment later, Harry climbs into the flying car. The door closes. The car rises slowly into the air. Harry looks down at the house. He feels free. For the first time all summer, he smiles. They fly across the dark night sky. The wind is cold, but Harry does not care. He laughs quietly. Soon, they arrive at the Weasleys' house. It is called the Burrow. The house looks old, crooked, and very strange. Inside, the house is warm and full of noise. Mrs. Weasley appears in the kitchen. She looks angry when she sees the boys. "Ronald Weasley," she shouts, "what do you think you were doing?" Then she sees Harry. Her face changes. She hugs him tightly. "Welcome, dear," she says softly. "You must be starving." Harry eats a big dinner at the kitchen table. The food tastes wonderful. He feels safe, welcome, and happy. The next morning, the house is busy and loud. Harry goes shopping with the Weasleys. They travel to Diagon Alley. Harry meets Hermione there. She runs to him and smiles. "I was so worried," she says. They buy school books, robes, and supplies. Harry feels excited. He is ready to return to Hogwarts. Later, Harry and Ron go to King's Cross Station. They push their trolleys toward the wall. They are ready to run. Suddenly, something strange happens. They hit the wall. They do not pass through. "What?" Ron says. "That's impossible." "The train is leaving," Ron shouts. Harry and Ron panic. They look around. People are watching. Then Ron has an idea. "We'll take the car," he says. The flying car rises into the air again. It flies higher and higher above the countryside. At first, everything seems fine. Then the engine makes strange noises. The car begins to shake. "Oh no," Ron says. "It's dying." The car loses control. It crashes into a tree near Hogwarts. The tree hits them back with its branches. Harry and Ron fall to the ground. They are hurt and scared, but alive. Harry looks at Ron. "We are in so much trouble," he says. Ron nods. "I know," he answers quietly. Harry and Ron sit silently in the flying car near the Humping Willow. Their hands shake and their hearts beat very fast. Neither of them knows what will happen next. The car suddenly begins to shake violently. Before they can react, it throws Harry and Ron onto the hard ground. The car then drives away on its own, disappearing into the trees. Harry lies on the ground for a moment. His whole body hurts. Ron groans beside him. "Are you okay?" Harry asks quietly. "I think so," Ron answers, holding his arm. They slowly stand up and look at the enormous tree. Its thick branches move angrily, as if it is still trying to attack them. The boys feel lucky to be alive. A few moments later, footsteps echo across the grounds. Professor Snape appears. His face is pale with anger, and his eyes are cold. "What do you think you were doing?" Snape asks sharply. "Flying a car to Hogwarts?" Harry feels his stomach tighten. Ron opens his mouth, but no words come out. Soon, Professor McGonagall arrives. She listens carefully to everything. Her expression is strict, but there is concern in her eyes. Harry and Ron are taken inside the castle. They walk through the corridors in silence. Other students stare at them. They wait nervously for punishment. They feel ashamed, embarrassed, and worried. Later, they are called to Professor Dumbledore's office. Dumbledore looks calm and serious. He listens to their story without interrupting. "You were very lucky," Dumbledore says gently, "but your actions were extremely dangerous." Harry looks down. Ron nods slowly. They receive their punishments. Ron must clean old trophies in the trophy room. Harry must help Professor Lockhart with his work. Classes begin again. At first, Hogwarts feels almost normal. Students laugh and talk in the corridors. But something feels wrong. Harry senses it. Soon, Harry starts hearing a strange voice. It whispers cold and angry words. No one else hears it. "Kill," the voice says. "Kill." Harry freezes. He looks around, but no one is there. "What was that?" Ron asks. "Nothing," Harry answers quickly. Harry feels afraid. He wonders if something is wrong with him. He does not tell anyone about the voice. One evening, students suddenly gather in a corridor. Teachers push through the crowd. Something terrible has happened. Mrs. Norris, the caretaker's cat, hangs stiff on the wall. She is not dead, but frozen. On the wall, there is a message written in red letters.
The Chamber of Secrets has been opened. Students whisper in fear. Teachers look worried and serious. The atmosphere in the castle changes. Harry feels cold inside. He knows the voice is connected to this message, but he stays silent.
After the message appears on the wall, Hogwarts feels completely different. The castle, which was once warm and friendly, now feels cold and dangerous. Students whisper quietly in the corridors and look over their shoulders. Teachers walk faster than usual and speak in low, serious voices. Harry cannot stop thinking about the strange voice he heard. He hears it again during the next few days. The voice sounds cold, angry, and full of hate. "Kill," the voice whispers. "Kill." Harry looks around every time he hears it. No one else reacts. No one else hears anything. Harry feels alone with his fear. He wants to tell Ron and Hermione, but he is afraid. What if they think I'm dangerous, he thinks. Soon, another student is attacked. The student is found frozen, just like Mrs. Norris. The news spreads quickly through the school. Everyone is shocked. Parents send worried letters. Rumors grow stronger every day. Some students say the Chamber of Secrets is real. Others say a monster is living inside the castle. Fear fills the classrooms and the corridors. Students begin to look at Harry differently. They remember that he can speak to snakes. They whisper when he walks past. "That's him," someone says. "He can talk to snakes." Harry feels hurt and confused. "I didn't choose this," he thinks. He does not understand why people are afraid of him. Ron and Hermione stay close to Harry. "We know you didn't do anything," Ron says firmly. "We trust you," Hermione adds. One day, a new teacher becomes very popular. His name is Gilderoy Lockhart. He is famous and loves attention. Lockhart wears bright robes and smiles all the time. He talks loudly about his adventures. "I defeated a monster once," he says proudly. "I saved an entire village." Harry feels uncomfortable listening to him. Lockhart seems more interested in himself than in teaching. Soon, Lockhart starts a dueling club. Students are excited. They want to learn how to protect themselves. During the first meeting, Harry faces Draco Malfoy. They raise their wands. Draco suddenly sends a snake toward another student. Justin falls back in fear. Harry reacts without thinking. "Leave him alone," Harry says to the snake. The snake stops. It listens to Harry. The room becomes silent. Everyone stares at Harry. "He spoke to it," someone whispers. "That's Parseltongue, the language of snakes." Fear grows stronger. Students move away from Harry. Some refuse to sit near him. Harry feels lonely again. The distance between him and the others grows. Later, Hermione comes to Harry and Ron with an idea. "I think I know how we can get answers," she says. She explains that a book in the library may help them. She wants to make a special potion. "It's dangerous," Hermione admits, "but it can change how a person looks." Harry and Ron listen carefully. They know it is risky, but they want to know the truth. "We have to try," Harry says quietly. The mystery becomes deeper, and the danger at Hogwarts grows stronger every day. Hermione continues to work on her secret plan and does not tell anyone else about it. She spends many long evenings in the library, surrounded by heavy books and old pages. Harry and Ron help her whenever they can, even though they do not fully understand everything at first. One evening, Hermione finally explains her idea in detail. "I think I know how we can get answers," she says quietly. Harry and Ron listen carefully. Hermione tells them about Polyjuice Potion. "It can change how a person looks," she explains. "For a short time, you can become someone else." Ron looks worried. "That sounds dangerous," he says. Hermione nods. "It is," she answers. "That's why we must be very careful." The potion is extremely difficult to make. It needs rare ingredients. It also takes many weeks to prepare. Hermione secretly takes ingredients from the teacher's store. She works slowly, carefully, and patiently. Harry and Ron feel nervous but also excited. At the same time, the attacks at Hogwarts continue. Another student is found frozen in a corridor. Fear spreads through the school like a dark cloud. Teachers become very worried. They begin guarding the corridors day and night. Students are told to walk together and never be alone. One terrible day, Hermione does not come to class. Harry and Ron search for her. They finally find her in the hospital wing. Hermione lies on the bed, frozen and silent. In her hand, she holds a small piece of paper. Harry feels his chest tighten. Ron looks away. "I can't believe this," Ron whispers. Harry and Ron are shocked and deeply sad. They miss Hermione very much. But they know she would want them to continue. "We have to finish the plan," Harry says. Ron nods slowly. They complete the Polyjuice potion. The potion smells terrible. They look at it nervously. Harry and Ron drink it. Pain spreads through their bodies. Their bones change. Their faces become different. They turn into Crabbe and Goyle. They look at each other in shock. "This feels awful," Ron says. Harry agrees. They walk carefully to the Slytherin common room. Inside, they meet Draco Malfoy. They talk to him carefully and pretend to be his friends. They ask him about the Chamber of Secrets. Draco laughs loudly. "You think I did it?" he says. "I didn't open the chamber." He explains that he only enjoys the fear. He likes seeing students scared. Harry and Ron feel disappointed. They leave the common room quickly before the potion wears off. Later, Harry reads the paper Hermione was holding. It explains everything. The monster is a basilisk. It moves through the pipes under the school. It can kill with its eyes. Harry understands why no one has died. Everyone saw the monster through something else. Mirrors stopped its power. Harry feels cold. The danger is real. The mystery becomes clearer. But Hermione is still frozen, and the Chamber of Secrets is still open. Time passes, but the danger at Hogwarts does not disappear. Instead, it grows stronger every day. Students feel tired, nervous, and afraid. Teachers look worried and speak to each other in quiet voices. One morning, terrible news spreads through the school. Students whisper as they walk through the corridors. Ginny Weasley is missing. No one can find her anywhere. Her bed in the dormitory is empty. Her books are still in the classroom. Ron turns pale when he hears the news. "My sister," he says softly. "She's only a first-year student." Harry feels cold inside. He knows something very bad has happened. He remembers the voice. He remembers the chamber. Soon, a new message appears on the wall. Students gather around it in silence. "The Chamber of Secrets has been opened," the message says. "Her skeleton will lie in the chamber forever." The words are cruel and frightening. The school becomes completely silent. Teachers meet for a long time behind closed doors. They argue and discuss what to do. Finally, they make a decision. The school must close. Students will be sent home. Professor Lockhart is asked to help. He arrives looking nervous and pale. His smile is weak and forced. "I am ready," Lockhart says, but his voice shakes. Harry and Ron understand the truth. Lockhart is not a real hero. He is afraid to face the danger. Harry and Ron follow Lockhart quietly. They go into the girls' bathroom. The room is cold and empty. They meet Moaning Myrtle. She floats near the sinks and cries softly. Harry asks her questions. "How did you die?" he asks carefully. Myrtle explains what happened. She saw yellow eyes. Then everything went dark. Harry listens closely. Suddenly he understands. "The chamber is under the school," he says. Harry and Ron force Lockhart to come with them. Lockhart tries to escape. "Please," he says, "I can't do this." They open the entrance. A dark hole appears in the floor. They slide down a long, wet tunnel. The walls are cold. The air smells old and dangerous. They land deep under Hogwarts. Bones cover the ground. Ron feels sick. Suddenly, the tunnel breaks. A wall falls between Harry and Ron. They are separated. "Harry!" Ron shouts, but he cannot reach him. Harry is alone. He feels afraid, but he knows he must continue. He walks forward slowly. Finally, he finds Ginny lying on the floor. She is pale and very weak. She does not move. "Ginny," Harry whispers. There is no answer. Suddenly, a boy appears.
He looks real, but also like a memory. His name is Tom Riddle. Tom smiles calmly. He begins to speak. Harry listens carefully. The final test is very close. Harry stands alone in the Chamber of Secrets and feels the heavy silence around him. The air is cold and wet, and the stone walls shine in the dark. Everything feels dangerous and unreal. Ginny lies on the floor in front of him. Her skin is pale and her eyes are closed. She looks weak and lifeless. "Ginny," Harry whispers. He feels fear rise inside his chest. Tom Riddle stands nearby. He looks calm and confident. He speaks slowly, as if he enjoys the moment. "She is dying," Tom says quietly. "Her life is leaving her." Harry feels anger and fear at the same time. "What have you done?" he shouts. Tom smiles. He explains everything carefully. He tells Harry that he is a memory from the past, living inside the diary. "The diary is magical," Tom says. "It slowly took Ginny's strength. She trusted me." Harry feels sick. He understands how dangerous Tom really is. Suddenly, the ground begins to shake. A huge snake rises from the darkness. It is the basilisk. Harry steps back in fear. Its eyes are deadly. He remembers the warning. "Do not look at it," Harry tells himself. Harry closes his eyes. He hears a loud cry from above. Fawkes the Phoenix flies down. His wings shine brightly. He brings hope. Fawkes attacks the basilisk's eyes. The snake screams in pain. Harry reaches for the sword. His hand shakes, but he holds it tightly. The basilisk attacks again. Harry fights bravely. The battle is long and painful. The snake bites Harry. Pain spreads through his arm. Harry feels weak, but Harry does not give up. With all his strength, he pushes the sword forward. The basilisk falls. The chamber becomes quiet. The danger is over. Harry turns to the diary. He understands what he must do. He destroys it. Tom Riddle screams in anger. His image breaks apart and disappears. Ginny slowly opens her eyes. She begins to breathe normally. She is alive. "Harry?" she whispers. Harry feels deep relief. "You're safe now," he says softly. Later, everyone returns to Hogwarts. The teachers arrive. The students are rescued. Hermione wakes up. The frozen students recover. Laughter returns to the castle. At the end of the year, there is a big celebration. The Great Hall is full of light and joy. Harry returns the diary to Lucius Malfoy. Lucius is furious. Dobby appears. He is finally free. "Thank you, Harry Potter," Dobby says happily. Harry smiles. Hogwarts is safe again. But deep inside, Harry knows this is not the end. More adventures are waiting for him.